Good morning, Jim. Firstly, let me respond to you've inspected one of the carbon brushes. Whenever you inspect the carbon brushes, you need to inspect both. This is because the machine does more rotations in one direction than the other direction because of the spin cycle. Next thing we need to deal with is you need to make sure that the machine has emptied in the allocated period of time, which I will discuss later in the video. And also I will go through all the test procedures of an E11 error code, which is motor related. Right, there are 3 pages which are to do with the E11 test procedure, and you need to follow these steps on the screen that you can see. E11 is related to the motor or the tacho open circuit. Of course, if one of your carbon brushes is worn out, then your motor would be open circuit. But if you follow these steps on these 3 pages, and we'll go to the next page in a minute, there are also videos in the description below or link to the page where I'm putting the specific videos for each test procedure. With other words, the machine not emptying in the allocated period of time, or you need to replace the carbon brushes. And I'll also put links to the carbon brushes for you on the web page. Right, after you've finished testing the first sequence, you are now testing the motor itself, making sure that the tacho is good, making sure the fields are good, but just follow the instructions that you can see on the screen here. And now we'll move to the next page. There's also a video in the description with regards bench testing motors, which is possible to do. After you've followed these 3 steps, and this one is basically testing the tacho, and you also want to check the wiring on each individual wire going from the motor to the printed circuit board to make sure that none of the wires have got intermittent faults, meaning that they may have got metal fatigue over a period of time and you've got a bad connection on the wiring. Make sure that the connections on the circuit board are good as well, and also all the pin connections are good, as when things move they can break down with electrical current flowing through them. Now we'll move on now to some basic tests with regards to the machine not emptying in the allocated period of time. Okay, now you've done all the tests, we're going to go back to the basics. If the machine has not emptied in the allocated period of time, although the motor is turning on a wash cycle, it may time out due to not emptying in the allocated period of time. So you want to check your sink fitting, check the sump hose, make sure you also check the pump as well, that the impeller is perfectly turning and there are no restrictions on the machine emptying whatsoever. The motor is available, and also the carbon brushes are available. The links are on the page, which is in the description below, to all these parts. Now, if your circuit board is faulty, it is possible to find a good second-hand circuit board by searching on eBay using your model number for another machine that may have collapsed bearings or another fault, and then you could rob Charlie to make Peter better, as they say. I hope this video helps you. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and remember, if you're ordering parts for your machine, you need to use your full model number off the identification label inside the door. Thanks very much indeed for watching. I hope you found this helpful.